This is DeepSpeed, Microsoft's open source library that plugs straight into PyTorch and fixes the real problem of memory. It lets you fit models that normally crash instantly all on one GPU without overloading it. Big models don't fail because they're slow, they fail because optimizer states, gradients, and parameters end up blowing up your VRAM. DeepSpeed's secret is zero, which shards training states so you're not storing all the same stuff everywhere. We have videos coming out all the time, be sure to subscribe. Now let's just jump right in and get this running. I'm going to run all this on Google Colab since I'm on a Mac M4 Pro, so I don't have the NVIDIA GPUs, which kind of makes it more difficult, but I can still do this on Colab instead. First, I'm going to run a quick check on my GPUs, then we can pip install all our packages. I'm going to install things like PyTorch, Hugging Face, and DeepSpeed. Then run ds report to sanity check your CUDA and compiler setup. A few more installs to make sure this runs smoothly, then we're going to create our config JSON file so we can configure DeepSpeed. This config file is the whole game. We'll start with 0 stage 2, which shards optimizer states and gradient across GPUs to significantly reduce memory usage, all while model parameters stay replicated. Don't overthink this because this drove me nuts. Just start from the official docs, change one thing at a time, and resist that urge to add random configs. The config you can find on both the Hugging Face and the DeepSpeed docs, and I got most of my Python script from these docs as well, but I did make some tweaks for my system just to handle it better, that Mac system. If this step fails, stop here because most DeepSpeed issues are CUDA mismatches. It's not actually your model. We're going to run all this now and just watch it work. I'm going to use a small imported dataset for this example just to get it running faster. And there we go. After a few minutes, we can see the steps it took in the peak GPU memory too. Yes, training loss on this run didn't actually change or go down much, but we could optimize this or use a larger data set for better loss. Now here's what people think they get, but then they still go out of memory. 0 comes in stages. Each one of these stages answers one question. What am I allowed to stop storing on a single GPU? Well, stage 1 shards optimized states. Stage 2 does the same as well as gradients. Now you're cutting even deeper into the stuff that quietly eats away your memory. Then we have 0 stage 3. This is the big one. It shards optimizer states, gradients, and parameters. This is the biggest memory win. But even that might not be enough. If you still can't fit the motto, 0 infinity can offload to CPU or even NVMe. So yes, you're trading speed for scale, but sometimes the actual win is just fitting the model in the first place. Now, if you're thinking, cool, but memory isn't my only problem, you're right. DeepSpeed can support 3D parallelism too, data, pipeline, and tensor parallelism. And it has built-in support for mixture of experts models, so sparse models don't eat you on compute. So now we're getting some real options. DeepSpeed integrates really nicely with Hugging Face and Accelerate, so you don't need to build everything from scratch. You basically take what you need and we can ignore all the rest of it. Now, benchmarks depend heavily on your setup, so don't always trust the big numbers. I tried running this a few times, but again, since I'm on an M4 Pro, I couldn't get this optimized anymore just with this basic model, so it's tough to say. But other DeepSpeed projects have shown major throughput wins, especially when memory was a limiting factor. If you're in a Windows or a Linux, these could be huge wins. So the best move, honestly, just try it out. Start by starting with the official configs. That's mostly what I did here, changed it for a bit for Mac, then fix CUDA issues. Then watch CPU RAM if you enable offload. And if you decide to go multi-GPU later, Accelerate is going to help you with that. DeepSpeed is basically a I refuse to be out of memory today button, but once you understand 0 and how offloading works in this context, it makes larger models practical on limited hardware. But getting set up can definitely be confusing at first. Subscribe if this saved you GPU time or if you just love these type of dev tools. We'll see you in another video.